一行3个皇室刚抵达乡村旅馆，老板见到贵客光临，准备上前问候握手。
May I present the Queen and Crown Prince? I assure you they are.
父女俩瞬间都愣住了，安娜还是不肯相信的问道：“在过来的路上都没听说过。”国王解释道：“因为只带了1个保镖，所以必须低调。”就这样，他们顺利入住了旅馆。事情是这样的，安娜是波士顿医院里非常善良的护士。圣诞节即将来临，准备好圣诞礼物的安娜即将开车回家过圣诞，打算先买杯咖啡，路上慢慢喝。不料遇上了买1送1的活动，她根本吃不了这么多。
Would you like it?
Thank you. I'm just here for tea.
然后把甜点拿到一边就吃了起来。
So good. You're missing out.
I don't generally accept food from strangers.
原来要认识了才会接受是吧？安娜立刻放下蛋糕，舔干净手指，伸出手向男人介绍自己。这下他们就不是陌生人了。转过身就把蛋糕硬塞给他。就在这时，国王的保镖突然走了进来。由于天气原因，原定的航班已被迫取消。现在他们要先找个酒店安顿下来，但附近的酒店都已经满人。安娜就在一旁听着他们的对话。她热情地推荐父亲经营的一家旅馆。国王的母亲对酒店的环境颇为满意，但却被国王与保镖拒绝了。安娜也意识到了自己的轻率，只好尴尬地与他们告别。但在国王母亲的坚持下，詹姆还是叫住了她。
May I ask, why are you doing this?
Just trying to help. Isn't that what people do at Christmas?
在女王的示意之下，一件件行李被放进了安娜的车厢。女王又以后排空间不足为由，
There's no more room in back here. You'll have to sit up front.
特意将儿子安排到了副驾。从未坐过副驾的国王，在路过一处水坑时，竟然被颠出了一个大洞子。
Oh, sorry, pothole. It's like you've never been in the front seat of a car.
看着儿子窘迫的神情，脸上也不禁浮起一抹浅笑。不久之后，一行人顺利抵达了目的地，然后就有了开头的一幕。然而，国王对住宿的特别要求，却让他们大吃一惊。
Maybe see room service menus instead.
So sorry, but we don't offer room service.
Surely some arrangements can be made.
You've already done so much to help. We don't want to make any more work for them.
Fine.
可没过多久，国王再次问道。
I was looking for the pillow menu.
为了不让国王尴尬，父亲连忙掏出记事本，表示以后会补充这项服务。
I'm sure I can survive one night.
Very brave.
Thank you.
安娜还以为这位尊贵的客人不会再下楼。
I forgot to say thank you. We really do appreciate it.
Did your mother tell you to come down here and say that? Tell her I said you're welcome.
国王古怪的举止和客套，给安娜留下了深刻印象。她开始下意识地关注这个奇怪的人。随着夜色渐深，旅馆内的氛围也越来越热闹，客人们纷纷涌入大厅，跟随音乐欢快地舞动起来。但身穿笔挺西装的国王却与氛围显得格格不入。
We dress casually for dinner.
Well, this is my casual dinner attire.
可到了用餐时间，国王的手机突然响了起来，然后匆匆离开了大厅。许久之后也不见他进来，于是安娜来到外面寻找詹姆。在夜风的吹拂下，她发现詹姆烦恼地站在厅中，仿佛心事重重，正要试图劝说回去用餐时，不料詹姆的手机再次响起。看着詹姆凝重的神情，安娜唯有默默转身离去。到了深夜，旅馆的灯光逐渐暗淡，想着还未用餐的詹姆，安娜精心制作了一份宵夜，放置在了门口，轻轻敲了几下门后，便迅速离开。当国王看到地上的宵夜，嘴角也不自觉地露出了微笑。第二天一早，3人已收拾好行李。当他们推开大门的那一刻，所看到的却是厚厚的大雪。去机场的道路肯定被封了，逼于无奈之下，他们唯有推迟1天再启程。午饭时间悄然而至，当安娜准备叫母子俩吃饭时，却无意间听到了2人的对话。
You've been in here working all day. You need to take a break.
Don't have time, Mother.
Your father had just passed. You had a heavy weight on your shoulders.
I'm not sure I'll ever do it as well as he did.
What's more important is to connect with the people. We're going to this parade.
随后，女王决定外出去亲身体验那浓郁的圣诞气氛。詹姆自然责无旁贷地陪伴一起。
Mr. Jordan, allow me. Oh, thank you, James.
2人就这样走在人群后面，沿途的熟人热情地与安娜打招呼，邻居还将国王误认成了安娜男友，还热情地上来拥抱她，这可吓坏了安娜。好在国王对此却并无介入，反倒觉得这种民间之举颇为新奇有趣。毕竟在皇宫之内，几乎无人敢对他有丝毫无理之举。这一刻，国王仿佛卸下了所有的包袱，像一个普通人一样，全身心地感受着温馨而又寻常的圣诞气氛。在这浓厚的节日气氛中，2人携手参与了热闹的游行，还共享了路边小摊上的美食。
And nice to finally meet you.
So she probably thinks so.
Yeah, sorry.
当众人准备回到旅馆时，国王意外踩到了一滩积水。 安娜担心冻伤脚掌，便提议乘坐马车返回。
I'm fine to walk.
Nurse's orders. Come on, you have no choice. You are in my domain now.
国王深深感受到了安娜的细心关怀，在情不自禁下，竟一把将安娜抱上了马车。在那一瞬间，两人的目光相互交汇。安娜还细心地用围巾为国王裹住小腿。在他们相处的这段时间，她所展现出的真诚与淳朴，深深打动了国王的心。当提及了老国王这一话题，瞬间引发了詹姆共鸣。对于父亲的伟大与崇高，詹姆有着无尽的感慨。在漫长的旅途中，国王敞开了久闭的心扉，诉说了许多深藏内心的往事。而这也是自他登基以来最为畅所欲言的一次。当他们回到旅馆后，就听到父亲叮嘱国王早点休息，因为屋外的雪已经开始融化。如果一切顺利，他们明天就可以启程离开。那一刻，詹姆与安娜面面相觑，两人的内心深处都涌起了一丝淡淡的离愁。随着夜幕缓缓降临，两人都在厨房不期而遇。他们并肩躺在柔软的按摩椅上，尽情享受着这份难得的宁静。安娜坦白了自己乐于助人的初衷。母亲很早便离世，在得知母亲是一个充满爱心与善良的人之后，她便下定决心要成为像母亲一样的人。经过深夜的促膝长谈，两人之间的关系已然超越了普通朋友的界限。然而，他们却选择了止步。
I should head back up. Thank you for bringing us here.
I'm glad I got to see a different side of you.
Good night.
隔天一早传来消息，唯一去机场的大桥被吹倒的大树挡住了。国王担心无法赶在圣诞节之前与国民一起庆祝，安娜却暗自开心。既然无法离开，国王索性陪着安娜一起购买圣诞装饰。他们在街上尽情玩乐，面对路人的目光也毫不在意。听到邻居欣赏安娜选男友的眼光，国王没有解释，还在心中暗自窃喜。或许他比谁都想这些流言成真。很快，两人便回到了旅馆，开始了圣诞节的布置。看着满屋的圣诞装饰，
Allow me.
国王深情地邀请安娜与他共舞一曲。随着音乐的缓缓响起，两人携手跳起了优雅的舞。他们多希望这美好的时光能够永存。就在这份暧昧的情愫逐渐升温之时，
I knew you'd be here. Oh,
I should get back to Deckard.
Edward.
下午，安娜听到国王和女王的聊天。
I'm grateful for the time we had with him after he left hospital in Boston.
Father was at a hospital in Boston?
Yes.
原来此行是为了感谢他们对老国王生前最后的照顾。他们还进行一笔意义深远的捐赠。安娜心中陡然一震，她正是那家医院的护士。
I was working in the cardiac care unit.
她连忙询问安娜是否记得她父亲生前的模样。
He must not have been on my rounds, but I probably walked by his room 100 times a day.
We can't thank your staff enough for helping my father when he needed it most.
隔天，国王一早就询问到了情况。
Looks like there's quite a bit of black ice out there.
Well, that's very dangerous, isn't it?
They're saying the roads are like skating rinks.
Very dangerous.
Stuff nice on the road. We heard.
We still have 2 more days to get home for Christmas Eve. We'll have to stay another day.
晚上，小镇举行了圣诞游行活动。安娜和国王在点燃蜡烛的瞬间，不由自主地牵起了手，彼此的情感在歌声中交融。
While fields and floods.
Rocks, hills, and plains.
他们再次回到自己精心布置的圣诞场地。国王的手机突然响起，
It's the palace. I need to take this. It'll only be a moment.
Everything okay?
Not really.
他们坐在马车上的照片已被传回皇宫。在有心之人的煽动下，群众指责国王在重要日子居然抛弃子民。安娜突然意识到了事态的严重性。
I'm so glad you and Queen enjoyed your time in Kensburg, but I think it's time for you to go.
Thank you. Everything. Goodbye.
国王刚下楼就听到安娜父亲说晚上下雪了，他欣喜不已，以为又有了留下来的借口。不想路面早就被清洁干净，他们必须离开了。安娜没有下楼送别，只是在楼上默默地注视着他。很快，国王就返回了皇宫。然而，就在处理群众的事情之前，他意外地发现了一封老国王的遗书，信中提及了那位曾温柔照料他的护士。
Especially my wonderful nurse, AJ, who sat with me, held my hand, and gave me hope. She didn't know I was a king, or treated me like royalty just the same.
I know in my heart it was her.
圣诞节当天，安娜穿上了母亲留下的礼服， 他突然收到了好友发来的国王演讲视频。
My mother and I found ourselves stranded in a town called Kensbury, Connecticut. The people there took us in and treated us like family. And one very special person showed me that I didn't need to prove myself at all. I simply needed to open my heart and be myself. It's my love for this country, people in it. As long as we keep Gorwick in our hearts, we'll always be home.
国王声泪俱下的发表演讲，深深打动了安娜的心。她再也抑制不住内心的悸动，要去找回属于自己的爱情。突然，身后传来一个熟悉的声音。
Anna.
Your speech was perfect, James.
The only place I want to be tonight is right here with you.
I knew I made a mistake not telling you how I felt.
国王拿出父亲的照片，安娜一眼就认出，
It's Henry.
那是自己曾彻夜照顾过的病人。
I knew it was you.
He talked about you all the time.
安娜和国王的爱情是命中注定的巧合，也是他们用勇敢和善良为自己争取的幸福结局。感谢收看，我是电影判官，期待下期再见。